New York, big city of dreams.
I'm coming straight out.
New York, big city of dreams.
NYC.
What's going on? This is Jay Ellis from the Nick of Time Show, here giving you that Knicks talk just in the nick of time. And I haven't done this in a while, but you guys already know what time it is. It's time for the gunshots, because the Knicks defeat the lowly Detroit Pistons 105-91. And today there's no big three. Matter of fact, there is a big four. All right. The Mitchell Robinson game commences today. 17 points, 14 rebounds, and 3 blocks, and a steal for your guy, money-making Mitch. Gunshots for that man. All right. Also, the smiley face assassin, Kemba Walker, gives you 21 points, 8 rebounds, 5 assists, and a steal. Gunshots in the air for Kemba Walker. And also, we got Evan Fournier, gives you 22 points, 3 assists, and 2 rebounds, a steal, and a block. Gunshots for Evan Fournier. And Julius Randle gives you 21 points, 11 rebounds, and 3 assists. Shots in the air for Julius Randle. We did what we had to do today. The Knicks beat the Detroit Pistons. Pistons are at the end, the bottom of the food chain as it comes to NBA teams, and we ate our food today like we're supposed to do. It's almost Christmas time, Raw. Sometimes you like to eat right before Christmas, and we ate today, and the Hawks are coming up soon, so hopefully we have some bird later on in the week. All right.
That's a good one. I think it's a bird later in the week.
Yeah, I was off the
roasted
fly.
bird, baby.
I was off the top too, freestyle. Oh, yeah. But yeah, we're gonna break this game down for you real quick. But before we break it down, you already know what I gotta do. I gotta introduce my guy, the Raw Metaphor. It is the Raw Hebrew Remnant. What's going on, Raw?
What's up, my brother? What's up, man?
Yeah, man. Yeah. Listen, today it seems like the Knicks, we did what we were supposed to do. Defensively, we seemed like we were on the same, we was on a good pace today. Held them to under 100 points. Held them to a season low 37 points and a half. Tell me, Raw, what did you think about today's game? What's some standouts for you today?
Well, the biggest standout to me was Mitchell Robinson, man.
Yeah.
He put the seal on the game at the end. He was just dominant, as an intimidator. He had 3 blocks, but he altered a lot more, shots than that. And finishing, of course, running the floor. He's getting into shape, and this is a good time for him to round into shape. While a whole bunch of players are missing, and we play in Detroit, he gets around into shape. Of course, Kemba came out good. So did Evan Fournier. Julius, turnovers, but it was a good game for the Knicks to try to, sneak a win in here, because we could use that. So, no, overall, it was a grind out win. I'm glad they did it, but it was Mitch Rob, to me, was MVP today. Yeah,
Mitch Rob, you can tell, really impacted this game, and Tom thought so too, because he re-entered the game. Well, we already know Mitch right now, as of today, is coming off the bench, right?
Yeah.
So
yeah,
he starts off the game coming off the bench, ends up starting in the third quarter, and that gives you an idea what his impact was. He's blocking shots, first of all, and also it seems like there seems to be a certain offensive connection developing between our smiley face assassin and Kemba Walker and Mitchell Robinson, because Kemba found him for a few lobs. And you know what? Ryan talked about the offense turning into defense, and the offense motivating these guys to be active on the defensive end. That could have a lot to do with his resurgence today. Plus the fact that he's losing weight, so we're starting to see a little bit more Mitchell Robinson coming more alive recently as well. And I'm starting to see some old Mitchell Robinson throwback traits, like the blocked 3-point shot from Mitchell Robinson. Come, how am I hitting the? My bad. Oh, I haven't heard. When's the last time we seen a Mitchell Robinson 3-point block shot? That was a staple for Mitch in his first season. It just seems like right now he's playing great defense around the rim and starting to play really good defense away from the rim for the first time in a long time, bro.
No, yeah, his mobility, because I mean, when you think about it, he was at least 20, 25 pounds overweight coming into the season, and he hadn't run. So now he's running, and he's getting back his wind, and he's getting back his athleticism. That obviously, I think we can look back and say that the added weight did not really help him.
Right. Yeah.
He should really just stay at his natural weight and be his athletic self. So now you're seeing that, and you're seeing that the thing that made me notice him off the bat was his ability to cover ground on the defensive end, and we saw that today. So I mean, it's coming back.
Yeah, it's definitely coming back. More question marks for this franchise and what they're going to do with Mitch Ross going forward, because he's been going on a downward spiral as of in the beginning of the season. Now it's starting to see an uptick. I feel like over the last week and a half, he's starting to see more mobility. You're starting to see him be more active, and he's impacting the game. I don't know. This game is touch and go without Mitch Robinson today. This game is
but Tom has been sticking with him, and the only reason he went to the second unit because Tom said he wanted to.
Right.
He needs to round in the shape. So I think it's only a matter of it's actually up to Mitch. This is not a Tom Thibodeau decision. It's a Mitch decision. So I think when Mitch feels like he could start and play more minutes, he'll tell Tom and he'll start and play more minutes. Right now he's coming off the bench. I think that's by choice because he's not giving. In fact, he raised his hand to come out the game today. If you noticed, he was gassed in a minute, and I think it was the second quarter. And so he raised his hand to come out the game, and so he knows when he's not. And I like that because I don't want him out there trying to struggle, and then we're getting other teams getting basket because he can't cover ground. I like him out there at his best, and so when he feels like he could do it, and I think he started the third quarter because he wanted to. He felt good, so I think as he gets back in shape, he's gonna be back. He's gonna be all right.
Yeah, man. Oh, man. Woo, that was my bro, man. That's my bro pick for today. I'm sorry, Mitch. I'm doing it early. My bruh pick, for those you don't know, we have a segment that we call the bruh picks for this show, right? Bros are usually the worst plays of the day, worst plays of the game, or just dumb decisions or dumb things that happen around the league or just in life in general. I'm doing the bruh pick early today. My bruh pick for today was the Mitchell Robinson blown dunk. That was when Mitch got the live.
That's right before he asked out to the game.
Yeah, like I know he was tired, but I think he was part tired, part embarrassment because homie dunked the ball. It hit the back of the rim, then he fell on the floor, and then I feel like he crawled on his hands and knees.
What you call that? It's a Shaq in the fool.
Yeah, nah. It's a bruh pick.
Yeah, it was a bruh pick. Yeah, that was true. I had to give you that one.
But overall, I know I'm killing Mitch right now, but overall, really good game for Mitch Robinson. Something I keep that same energy, Mitch. I need that energy for the rest of the year. And the shout out to everybody in the chat so far, man. If you want to call in, you already see the number right there, 319-527-6241. If you want to call into the show and talk live with your boys. Shout out to we surveyed 100 people. Rich Jim, the best mind in the game, Fritz Alessandor, Myth, Chris Dada, and everybody else was rocking with the KOT show. Next person I want to talk about is Kemba Walker. And you know what, Raw? Sometimes when things are taken away from you, you start to see how precious things really are to you. And when you get them back, you fight harder to keep it. Like, there's certain people when they're in love, right? You're in love. And then you're married for a while, and the wife is pissed at you, and then she's like, "I'm gonna leave you." The moment when the light goes, "I'm gonna leave you," sometimes that's when people get their act together. Kemba Walker is back in this rotation, back in this lineup because of the COVID protocol. It seems like he's trying to get his act together. He's playing with another gear that he wasn't playing with when he was in the starting lineup earlier. He's going to the hole a lot more. He's more aggressive. It seems like he's taking control of the team for longer stretches. And you're starting to see Randall not handling the ball as much or running the offense as much. Like, what do you make of this Kemba Walker resurgence so far, Raw?
Honestly?
Yeah, honestly.
I don't make nothing of it. No, seriously. I mean, look, he still was getting beat on defense very easily. He was still getting beat to the point of attack. If it wasn't Mitchell Robinson back there protecting the glass, we'd have been eaten up. Yes, he could score. But see, nobody ever, I expected him to score. I think all of us expected him to score. Okay? So, yes, he's scoring. Excellent. But I'm still picking Deuce McBride over Kemba Walker. For not just because, and I don't hate Kemba. I'm just telling you. You asking me who I think the Knicks should start so that they can win, so that we can win basketball games. It's Deuce McBride. I'm telling you right now. He's a better defender. He's more efficient. He's obviously younger.
Mm-hmm.
So we could play him heavy minutes. No, I would definitely start Deuce McBride. And this thing is like this, and this is what people just refuse to get. With Kemba Walker, if he's not starting, he cannot play. Most people are just not getting that. And the reason that's the case is because you're not going to sit Derrick Rose. You're not going to sit Emmanuel Quickly. So he skips right to the back of the line if he's not starting.
Right.
It's just as simple as that. To me, what he did was raise his trade value. That's what he did. To me, he raised his trade value. So I'm glad he's playing good, and I want him to keep playing good. But them keys belong to Deuce McBride. He's just holding that seat wrong for Deuce, as far as I'm concerned.
I'm gonna say this. I'll say this. Rose like, let's get straight to it. Deuce over Kemba. Let's get straight to it. Screw the post. We here. Let's go. So, I'll say this. As far as Kemba Walker's fit with this team, offensively, we knew he can produce. You feel like, the 3-point shooting should come around and help us long term if he's able to hit that 3-point shot, right? But when the Knicks got Kemba Walker, the vision was having somebody who can create offense and give Julius Randle a room to just be a backup, to be like a secondary, third guy. Mm-hmm. So what I liked today from Kemba Walker was really the 5 assists. The 5 assists. He was actually a plus today, even though he was
absolutely. Yeah,
right.
He played good today. I'm not saying, he like I said, I know he could perform offensively on his better nights. There's no question. But I'm just concerned with a two-way situation. I mean, who are the two guards out there tonight for Detroit? Who are the two guards? Who'd you have out there? You had Cade Cunningham, and who you had out there? Cade Cunningham and Corey Joseph. Come on, man. The first, Cade was doing him whenever he wanted to, and Corey Joseph too. They were going right at him. You get me two other guards that's the top of the East type field. They'll destroy Kemba, man. I'm just saying. I'm not even, And somebody's like, okay, I'm saying my man Chris Dotter. What's up? Big up Chris Dotter. He's saying that we basing it off one game. No, son. No. I've been watching Deuce McBride since he was at West Virginia. I saw him in West Virginia. I saw him at the Combine. I saw him in the Summer League. This kid we've been waiting for a minute. This ain't like one game. This is one game of the future. We waiting for this kid is the future. So we wanting him to step in there now.
Yeah, and Raw, I'm gonna tell you, I'm getting to Deuce. I'm getting to the defense.
I'm sorry.
I'm letting you roll. I'm letting you roll because I don't necessarily disagree with you at all. Like, that's not. If last show, matter of fact, I also kind of echoed your same sentiments in that I feel more comfortable with Deuce right now because of what he's shown me in that game. Now, granted, he's gonna have to show a lot more and do that consistently. But I know from night to night that one thing Deuce is going to do, he's going to give it to you on the defensive end, and that's not going to lack.
Every night.
And if you're saying, all right, cool, if you're choosing between a guard who's 6 feet, and go because both of these guys are 6 feet, and one who can play defense well as who can't, I'm going to pick the one who can every time, right?
That's right. So, at the bottom line, that's his floor. We know he picks up 94 feet. That's just how he plays.
Right. But now for Kemba, if Kemba was to keep this going and was to remain in the lineups, or I don't know what Tom chooses, for him to affect this game, he has to do more of what he did today. He has to do the things that we've been lacking. And what we've been lacking is we've been lacking dribble penetration. He hasn't really shown that much dribble penetration since he's been here, except for this game was probably the most I've seen him do it. He's been back to that shifty Kemba we've seen in Charlotte. And the lobbing to Mitch, because you already know Mitch has been lost in the sauce when it comes to the offense. He was part of Lob Deep back in the day.
Yeah. Also, we got to take into consideration that Kemba's been resting his knees for a month.
Right. Exactly.
Okay, what happens when you put back to back? Not only that, I'm saying is like, okay, you go and you play a Golden State with Stephen Curry. Who you telling me you're going to put Kemba on?
Yes.
Or you're going to put Deuce on?
Right. Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Or you're playing an Atlanta in a 7-game series. You telling me Kemba going to hang out with Trae Young, or is Deuce going to hang out with Trae Young? That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
Right. Nah, I feel you. I definitely agree with you. So at some point, it's going to be a hard decision, and it's not going to be a popular decision, too. Here's the thing. If we end up playing Deuce, man, that's going to be the decision.
Yo, they better get Kemba a ticket quick. He got to get a ticket quick.
Yo, that's going to be a lot of that's not – I don't think it's going – I think Deuce is going to be fine.
No, I'm saying Kemba's going to piss a bitch. He's going to be mad. Because you got to trade him. That's what I'm saying. You got to move him because it's going to be a problem. It's too much of a distraction, man. It's going to be a distraction. He's already made it a distraction during the Kobe. He's already talking that mess. I mean, it's going to be a bigger distraction. It really is. I think you got to move him. I mean, I'm glad he's playing good. I'm hoping. I mean, shoot. Kemba's just as good as Isaiah Thomas, and Lakers signed Isaiah Thomas. Somebody should take him. That's
okay, and that's the other thing too. I feel like there's a misconception that because he's not in our lineup right now that he can't play. I do feel like Kemba can play. I just feel like the fit for our team is wonky because our defense is so bad. Like I made a reference to the last game, Raw. I made a reference to freaking Allen Iverson and the 76ers, how Iverson. Well, you know, he was the guard that ran that engine, but he was surrounded by defenders, and they made it work that way.
That's the formula when you have a guy like that. That's the formula.
Exactly. With this team, we don't have defenders from 5 to 2. We have Randall, who's regressed defensively. We have Mitch, who's finally starting to show some signs of life, and Evan Fournier, who's sometimes So
we don't have them 4 guys like they had on Philly.
Exactly, which makes
Matter of fact, if you think about it, that's what Woodson did with Melo. He surrounded him with 4 defenders.
Right. So, which is really the problem with what we're seeing right now. So, we was hoping the offense would help offset that, but it's like it's not going to be that much offense. It doesn't seem like that much offense is going to help us in that regard. But like today, if Tom was to make a decision, and I'm not sure if he will or not. I know you feel like he's not. If Tom was to make the decision and go, okay, we're starting Kemba has to keep facilitating the offense.
Oh, yeah.
And and Mitchell Robinson has to be the Mitch we've seen today.
No, you're right.
For it to have a chance to even work.
I'm very confident in that. But, look, listen here, man. Kemba's time is coming sooner or later. I mean, it's only a matter of time. It's not even like it's not a question of if, it's just when. His time is coming. So I would rather just give him the keys now and let him do what he does, man, learn this year and be back next year. But no, I mean, look, and I want to say this too. If we did not have Derrick Rose, Kemba Walker would be our Derrick Rose. I would have him on his Mob Deep. You know what I'm saying? If we did not have Emmanuel Quickly, I'll put Kemba Walker in the second unit because he would fit. I believe he'd be a good fit there. But the problem is we do have Derrick Rose. Right. We do have Emmanuel Quickly. Right. You can't ignore that. I mean, so that's what I'm saying. This is where Leon's got to work his magic, man. I mean, and this, can I break out with my Berman stuff?
Oh yeah. You know what? We'll save it. We're gonna save it.
Right,
we're gonna save it. We're gonna save it.
Okay.
We still gotta talk. Okay. Evan, I know we got callers, but yeah, I'll throw the alley to you.
All right. I'll play Mitch Rob. I'll
be Kemba today.
Right. Y'all about the same side.
Yeah, man. But salute to the chat. Salute to the people who support the KOT crew. The Knicks beat the Detroit Pistons 105-93, 91. I'm sorry. It's like we have some winnable games coming up, ladies and gentlemen, in this December. So I know it's been looking really crazy, but all is not lost. A few games here and there. We're right back in this picture. But shout out to everybody who's rocking in the chat. Let's go to shout out to JT Reddick, Chain Benny, Rich Jim, D Nice. I see my guy Jay Boogie in the chat. Shout out to my guy Jay Boogie between in the chat. If you want to talk. If you want to talk to us on the KOT show, you already know what to do. Call that number, 319-527-6241. And I know we got a caller in the chat. First caller up, my man, Reaper. What's going on, Reaper? Let us know what you want to talk about.
Hey, guys. Thanks for taking my call.
Man.
Yeah, it was definitely a good win today for the Knicks. You know, obviously it's the Detroit Pistons, so you kind of have to take it with a grain of salt, and so you got to see a little more from everyone, So it was, especially mostly from Mitch, got to see, because obviously Detroit, they don't really have a front line. The biggest person is Stewart. And so you kind of have to see what he does against,
regular size people
with better front courts, so we have to see what happens there. But, I still think, he's slowly trying to get back into shape, but he's still got a long ways to go, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
For me, it's like what you guys were talking about with Kemba. Honestly, it just doesn't work. I agree with you guys. It doesn't work because it's Kemba, Fournier, and Burks right now, and then when RJ comes back, it's Kemba, Fournier, and RJ. That's that three ain't stopping nobody from coming in the lane. And so that's just the issue. And so just it's two out of those three should not be, we need at least 2 out of 3 to be good defender, You can only stomach one person that's not a good defender in the starting lineup if you want to be a decent defensive team. Once you start getting 2 on the perimeter, then it's almost like it becomes very difficult. So it's just, it just doesn't work. It was a big mistake. It was unfortunate. It was a mistake on the front office part. You know, they thought it would work, but it's just not going to work. And so that's just the issue there. And so I agree with you guys. Honestly, they're just better off starting Deuce. You need someone to, stop ball penetrators at the point of attack.
Right.
And so, yeah. And so, the other thing too, Nerlens Noel. It's I don't want to hit too much negatives, but. It wasn't a great game, but going to the positives, we did win this game.
He had a terrible game today.
Yeah, he had a good quarter, I think. He had a good quarter.
Yeah, he had a terrible game.
But game, nah.
Yeah. So going back to Mitch, I did like what I see, him taking advantage. Yeah, he's the biggest dude out there, strongest, and Detroit is weak, but you want to see him take advantage of the fact that he's the biggest and strongest guy out there.
Facts.
And he did that today, so that was good to see. The other thing I really like too is with the coach inserting Taj Gibson playing a little bigger.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, sometimes you got to punish teams. If you're big and you have the size, you got to punish teams, and sometimes you got to go big. But the other thing I did notice about it seems like the offense flowed a little more when Taj was on the court, which is weird. When I know early in the it was in the first quarter, or I think it was Taj, Mitchell Robinson. It was a pretty big lineup, and I was actually very surprised.
Taj was playing the 3, man. Taj was playing the 3, I think, in that lineup.
And Randall was there, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yep. And so it was a very big lineup, and it was working. They were all, and it feels like, so it kind of was, it had me questioning, is it the fact that Fournier and Kemba is not really, and also Burks, the combination of 3 of them aren't really doing a good job in terms of spacing and being in the right spots on the offensive end. I'm not a coach, but it's just weird seeing it that you insert Taj in there and the offense just kind of there was a little more spacing, and it seemed like it flowed a little better, and that doesn't make any sense because you took away a guard and put a center in there, and so
yeah, I know what it is. Well, first of all, Taj turned into corner Taj today. Hit the 3-point shot, right? Corner Kemba's retirement, not Corner Taj is here. But second of all, I think it's the fact that he just knows where to be on the court at all times, offensively or defensively, and he's going to set picks. He's going to set real picks. So
Yeah, no, for real.
and that frees up people. So that like
Yep.
it's like little intangibles that help us on that side of the ball. Maybe what we were seeing. I want to rewatch that game to see exactly what was happening, but that's just a guess off the top of the dome, really.
Yep.
Yeah, and it definitely seemed like it was working when he was in there. And Evan Fournier, I mean, it's I'm just being positive. I like the fact he's staying aggressive. Like he's trying to find his shot, he's trying to find his flow. And so the last few games he's been extremely aggressive, especially with the Celtics. Since the Celtics game, he was aggressive that game as well. So I definitely like to see that. Julius, he's I guess Julius is trying. We all know Julius has trouble feeling the game out. He's such a talented guy, but it's just frustrating to see how he struggles feeling the game out. Like, it's like the dude can dribble, pass, and shoot, and it's like he doesn't know when to dribble and he doesn't know when to pass and when to shoot.
That's so weird.
That's crazy.
He's not joking.
And so, but it was, and honestly, this, I really hope, he kind of gets it together. I hope he kind of, he gets into a flow, because honestly, it's for at least this year's Julius a bust, in my opinion. And so I really do hope he kind of like gets into a good flow and we kind of get it turned around and get it going. But that's really all I got. Thank you guys for taking my call.
All right, man.
Yeah, thanks for the call, man.
Exactly. Salute to my guy Reaper, man. Always makes some good points when he calls.
Yeah.
Gunshots for you, man. Yeah, I feel like you talk about Evan Fournier. Evan Fournier had a good game today as well. I mean, good is relative today because no one was really able to shoot.
Right.
Well,
the shooting was terrible.
Shooting was terrible. But what you do like from Evan is that, like he said, Reaper said, he's being aggressive. And he's not just relegating himself to being a standstill corner shooter or just shooting over dribble handoff, but he's also driving to the lane and driving the ball. And even when he's missing it, he's kind of creating opportunities for miss to keep easy offensive rebounds and putbacks. So,
well, I like him being aggressive as far as going to the basket. That was very good today because he did a couple of floaters. He was going up the dribble a couple of times. That was very good. And then what I notice with Fournier is like when he's not shooting well, sometimes he tends to rush the shot.
Yeah.
And even like, and then when he does that, sometimes he not only rushes the shot, but you can see his feet are not set when he goes to take the shot. And so he's going to miss, and then it makes it worse. But tonight, he started off, they got him some good, he didn't hit them all, but in the beginning, he started off shooting with his feet set.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden, I think I saw him hit 1-3 from the left side of the floor, not in the corner, but on the left side of the floor. And I said, okay, I knew he was going to hit it because his feet were set. I said, okay, he's going to hit that shot. And then he started getting a rhythm. And when he does that, offensively, he's really good.
Yeah, man. I'm still doubting if him and RJ can share the floor together. Like that's
it's hard. It's hard, man.
Because both of those guys seem to need the ball to get into a rhythm.
Yep.
You already heard me talk about this on this program. When he doesn't get the ball, I feel like he suffers defensively.
Yep.
And like today, he seemed like more like this, again. He seemed more engaged defensively today.
Yep. No, he did. He did seem more engaged defensively. And it comes and goes. It's like sometimes he is and sometimes he's not.
Right. So I don't know. It just makes you think. Like when RJ comes back, are we still going to get this Evan Fournier? I've yet to see both of them have the same good game
at the same time. Yeah. Especially defensively. No. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Which is like another reason why the Kemba Walker when Kemba Walker was on the bench, I saw RJ kind of running with Mobb Deep a little bit on that second unit, and I kind of liked him getting some touches with Mobb Deep. Just so, like, to kind of break him and Evan up sometimes.
RJ or Fournier?
I mean,
Which one? Who would you rather see with Mobb Deep? Is it RJ or Fournier?
Oh, RJ.
Okay. I don't know if they're gonna do that though.
Yeah, I mean, I like RJ because Mobb Deep runs.
Yeah.
And it
no,
seems
they do. I agree with you, but I don't think Tom is gonna put. I don't think he's gonna put. I can't see him having RJ or that's not in the starting unit.
Right. Like it's gonna be it's It's a rough decision because I do feel like, yeah, having RJ come off the bench is weird, but I just like him running with the second unit.
Yeah, no, he does run well with the second unit, but Fournier does too sometimes.
So you would go Fournier. You would go Fournier with the second unit.
I really would, and because if I'm going to have Obi Toppin, Derrick Rose, and put it this way: if I can have Obi Toppin, Derrick Rose, IQ, either Taj or Nerlens, and Fournier. See, then again, this is the problem because I want Grimes in there.
Yeah, I want Grimes too.
I want Grimes in there. That's my problem. I want Grimes in there.
My idea would be, but this is my fantasy world. I know it's not going to happen. My idea would be McBride, Grimes, RJ, but I know that's not going to happen.
Right.
So
right.
I'm trying to work around that in my mind. I'm not really sure if McBride is going to happen, really, even though that's what I want because that's the best defensive point of attack.
That's what I'm saying. I'm wondering. Because I'm just going by the information I heard, plus what I seen.
Okay.
Plus.
All right. Okay. You know what? Let's get into it. What did you hear? What did you hear,
Okay.
Raw?
I heard that Tom did not want Kemba Walker at all. That Leon brought Kemba Walker in, and Tom did not want him. Because Tom wants a better defender at the point of attack, and that's why when it was seen by Tom that it didn't work defensively, he didn't say what Berman mentioned was he said usually in those cases he'll say it's situational,
right?
That's his word for you're out of the rotation, but I could bring you back at any time. Well, with Kemba, he did not say it was situational. He said he's out of the rotation. And so he did not want Kemba. He was being a good soldier and just saying the right things, but he did not want Kemba from the beginning. And as I heard, neither did Julius.
All
for
right.
the same reasons, defensively.
That's an interesting. All right, because we already know. Berman.
Yep. It's Berman, right?
Take it with a grain of salt.
Big grain of salt.
Take that
big grain of salt in a gallon of water. Definitely.
Right. But Tom Thibodeau does have a reputation of liking bigger guards. That's not a secret. That's just
it's because of the defense.
Right.
He wants defensive-minded guards.
Right. And this front office, knowing we need offense, they probably screw you. We'll move on our own accord. I can see that happening. Is it absolutely true? I don't know. But I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know.
Well, I don't know, but I'm saying it like this. I don't think it was that much hostility because they've been working together, the front office and Tom, pretty well, though they have their differences. I think it was more like, let's give it a shot.
I feel
and Tom said, okay, we'll give it a shot. And Tom was watching it, and that's why he kept, during the course of the game, he kept saying, I need a sample size. That's what he kept saying. I need a sample size.
Right.
Because we were all seeing Kemba was not getting out to the three-point line. He was not consistently getting out to the shooters, and we were getting killed from three. And then he was allowing the people to get in the paint. And that was making Mitch look bad. He's not in shape, and now he's got to guard two guys. And that was happening so bad. I was driving me crazy. So I said, I know it was driving Tom crazy. But from overall, Tom was waiting for the sample size so he can show Leon, okay, I tried it.
The numbers don't work.
It don't work. I tried it. It don't work.
Listen, man, it's a theory that makes sense. It makes sense in theory.
They were the Leon, from what this is again what Berman said. Leon said Berman's claiming that Leon was like they did it based on analytics, and Berman's like that doesn't make any sense because Kemba's analytics were terrible. Well, and so they were, but I think at the end of the day, I think they probably approached Tom with it, and he said, "Okay, we'll try it." Right. And he went against his better judgment. He said, okay, we'll try it. And then now that he's taking him out the lineup, he's like, from what I understand from what Bernie, he's not even talking to him. He's like, you out, done, bye. Because he didn't even want him there. So I don't think, I'm trying to tell you, I'm going to give it, I'm saying it like this. It's 50-50 whether it's going to be Deuce or Kemba starting when Deuce is ready. It's 50-50.
He's 50-50?
And you know what? I'm going to tell you, the odds are going to shift based on these next 2 or 3 games. So against Washington, you're going to get back. You might get back RJ and Obi. I'm wondering if we're going to get back. It's when we get back IQ. If you start seeing IQ close games instead of Kemba, then Deuce is going to be your starting point guard. If you see Kemba close games, it's going to be different. Then you might see Kemba as your starting point guard. That's going to tell me a lot. So we'll see, man. And then you got the other option where what he did with EP last year, where he starts him and then brings him out after 6 minutes.
That's what he was doing. That's what he was starting to do when he first started. He was starting to give him I called it the Alfred Payton treatment. So
yeah, so he might give him the Alfred treatment, but the problem again is just like I said, I'm just thinking about, first of all, this is going to be Deuce's team long term. It's going to be he's going to be running the offense. He's going to be the point guard. So what do you want to start it now, or you want to wait till next year? So that's number one. Number two is if you do start it now and he ends up playing very well, going through his mistakes and everything and playing well, and we end up in a playoff position and we got crucial games, I want Deuce McBride guarding John Morant. I want him guarding Stephen Curry. I want him guard. I don't want to have to hide Kemba because he can't he can't stay in front of these guys.
I agree with you, man. And here's the thing, man. If Deuce, I don't know if this is gonna happen or not. I already know. I just know one thing: if Deuce is put into the starting lineup, that is Tom betting it all on red. And Deuce has to perform if he ever decides to do that. He really has to perform because.
Well, not really. You know why?
I think so.
Really? No, you know why I say not really? Because he's a rookie. So
right.
You're going to just like last year, IQ was driving us crazy with some of his antics last year, but Tom gave him that rope.
I feel you, but when it comes to,
I think he's going to get now. If he falls on his face completely, which I don't think he's going to do, then I can see. Okay, I hear you. There's some pressure, but I don't think that's going to happen. That's going to happen.
That's what I'm saying. That pressure, that New York jersey is the heaviest jersey in the
Juice
league.
Is a dog, man.
Right. No, I agree. Juice is a dog. I feel like bare minimum he's going to perform defensively.
But
and
you're
he's gonna
right though in that
up.
sense though. You're right.
Mm-hmm.
If he falls on his face completely, then Tom's going to pull him. But I'm saying if that's not the case, if he just makes some rookie mistakes, what you're going to do. He has a couple of bad shooting games. He's not going to be out. You're going to give him that rope because he's a rookie. I'm saying
Tom's job might be on the line.
Oh no, I don't think
I feel like if Deuce plays,
no, I've been
and
telling
he doesn't
people
perform,
this all the time.
I feel like his job is going to be on the line, yo.
This is the problem. This is why I know that's not going to happen. Number one, it's not. I don't think it's lost. If it's not lost on me, I know it's not lost on Leon Rose. From 2011 till now, we have had 8 head coaches.
Mm-hmm.
8. Nobody has lasted more than 2 seasons.
I agree with you. I want him here.
They're going to give Tom 3 full seasons. I'm telling you, they're going to give him 3 full seasons. Just on GP, they're going to give him 3 full seasons. Not only that, he's not going. The Knicks are not going to implode like they did with David Fizdale or with Jeff Hornacek. That's not going to happen. He'll play 5 guys that are midgets that play defense before that happens. He's not going to. It's not going to happen. But they're not. He's not on the hot seat. He's not on the hot seat. There's going to be pressure, but it's not going to be the same. I mean, first of all, if there's pressure, it should already be here because he pushed for them to get.
Yeah, I agree.
Kids.
I agree.
He pushed for them to get these 2 kids. So let's just see. I mean, this is the thing. Is different than Minnesota. In Minnesota, Tiz was both president of basketball operations, GM, and coach.
Right.
And that's terrible. That's why he made bad decisions. Now it's balanced. There's some synergy between him and Leon and Perry. They got to work together. So they went with him and said, okay, we're going to get this Grimes kid for you. We're going to get this Deuce kid for you. But we're going to give you Kemba Walker.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was the compromise. And so when Deuce played the way he did against Houston, and before that, he was lighting it up in the G League already.
Yeah, he was giving you 30 points and 9 assists.
Yeah, he was lighting up in the G League.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think anybody's blind here, and I think everybody understands if you give this kid the keys now, it's going to pay off later. I think
so too. I'm with you too.
Yeah.
I still feel like that pressure is higher, but I get you. And salute to everybody in the chat. Shout out to people who's watching the show. Hit that hashtag news if your first time watching the show. Hit that like and subscribe button as well. And also, if you're feeling the show, super chats are welcome. It helps to keep the lights on, the phone lines going, and everything of that nature. Paul Butler, Sam Freud, Big Reaper, everybody else who's rocking with the show. Thank you. Salute you guys. All right. I know we got a caller. We got 3 callers up. Next caller, let us know what your name is, where you're from, and what do you want to talk about.
Hey, what's up, fellas? How you doing?
What's going
How you
on?
doing, my man? I like that energy already.
Facts.
Hey, Miguel. Well, this is Chris from Atlanta, also known as Chris Gotta. I feel I had to call in tonight.
My man, okay.
Talk to my man Jay Ellis and Mr. Raw. I have to call in tonight.
All right.
I first want to touch what Raw said about Tom and not really wanting Kemba. I think he's on point with that. You know, Tom is Thibodeau's one of those go down with the ship with his players he loves.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that he was willing to pull him after 20 games and just take him completely out, that was a sign he didn't want him. 100%. I agree. 100% I agree. But it's also one of those things.
He didn't even use the situational term with him. He just said,
right,
out,
exactly.
That's
Exactly. I mean, Elfrid Payton, he hung in there forever with Elfrid Payton last season.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it took the playoffs, him falling apart, to take him out the lineup. So
that's right.
He did not want Kemba. But it's one of those things where you say you'll try something, but you half-heartedly try it.
Yeah, I agree.
That's my problem with Tibbs. He did not – Kemba is an alpha point guard. He needs the ball.
I agree, he is.
He is an attack point guard.
No,
Everybody
he's right.
plays off that. He didn't do that. He
No.
still wanted to run through Randall,
like you said,
and that was a
though.
mistake.
But he's not going to roll with a guy that's not his dude. He's going to give you the half heart if it's not his dude.
But the thing is, his dude showed you in the playoffs that when things are normal in the NBA with crowds and everything else, he doesn't rise to that level. He needs to let someone help him with the load, and I think that's what the Knicks were doing.
Yeah.
They were trying to get players to help Randall with the offensive load on this team.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't want him to carry
No, I agree with
everything,
that.
and that's why they made the adjustment.
Yeah, that was the rationale for bringing them in, but I think Tibbs would have chosen other players aside from what they brought in. But, yeah, that was
Probably.
the rationale.
Yeah.
And what I'm saying is, even that being the case, I think Deuce McBride will give Randall that help that he needs. I think he's going to be the guy that will relieve you. We got to give this kid a chance to see. We know what Kemba is. He's a known commodity. But we just drafted Deuce McBride at Tom's urging. That's his guy.
Yeah.
I know, but but Rob, you were the first person to say your coach Tom Thibodeau.
Yeah.
He's not going to rely on a rookie. He's not going to do it.
You're right, but you know what though? You correct. Coach. You know what? But you know what though? There's a first time for everything.
You know what it is, man?
Indeed, and don't get me wrong, I like Deuce. I like what I see out of the young man, but I think it's always good to have them graduate. So from the bench to the second unit, from the second unit to the starting lineup, that type of thing. Let him earn his stripes and move there. I just think right now, because of COVID, he was thrust into that spot. So we kind of gotta relax a little bit and let's give Deuce a chance to kind of work his way. One start does not make a career.
I want to see. No, man, but this has been going back for a minute. Tom knows Huggins from way back. Huggins is a defensive guy. This is not just the one. The one game was just proof positive of what I believe they already knew. I mean, it's already on the way, but he just gave him that opportunity because, like you said, COVID and everything. But he showed himself. He was ready, and Tom sees this kid every day. And it wasn't just that. Did you hear what D Rose said? I hope Tom gives him more minutes.
Sure, and I'm sure if Tom really puts his mind, he can find a way to do it. But I just think Kemba Walker. Look, I know he's not Charlotte Kemba Walker. I get that. But he's better. He's the best point guard on the team. If you use him the right way.
That's where we disagree.
If you use him the right way, he's the best point guard on the team.
You know what? I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this. Today, I said this beginning of the program. Today was one of the best games I've seen him play offensively, as far as taking the ball to the basket and distributing the basketball.
Agreed.
For us to have any success, if you were to play Kemba Walker long term, that's the Kemba we need. Like you said, the attack Kemba. For the first 20 games or so, Kemba was not attacking. He wasn't.
He's trying to get used to this offense. The last two games, it's like he said, "The hell with it. I'm playing my game."
And that's what he should have been doing.
Give me the ball. I'm going to attack. We're going to play pick and roll. This is what I do.
Yep.
And you see a difference. Even with Fournier. He just carried Fournier with him. He said, I'm going to keep this ball. There was a few possessions tonight where Randall was calling for the ball, and it was like, Fournier said, you know what? No. Went the other way with it. They passed it a couple of times, got a shot. Or he drove to the basket, missed, but, Mitch dunked it.
No, I agree.
That's what has to happen. That's what has to happen.
Defensively, he was getting torched, though.
And that's the other part of this. That's the part of the puzzle.
They knew that coming in. That they got to give to get. They knew they were giving up a little defense for offense. They knew that part. But they had to give Randall help on the offensive end because he could not carry that full load.
No, I
It was
agree.
too much for one guy.
But I'm saying, like, okay, it looks good now, but I'm saying if it's Stephen Curry out there, if it's Trae Young out there, if it's any of them cats, man, I don't want him out there. We trying to hide him from them because he can't guard them. You put Deuce on him, he's guarding those guys 94 feet.
True, but he ain't stopping Steph Curry.
Man, come on, man. Wait. Keep it above. Who stopped
right?
Steph Curry, though? Who stopped Steph
Right,
Curry?
who's stopping him?
Well,
who's
but
stopping
I'm
him?
telling you what, I like Deuce's chance more than I like Kemba's chance. And not only that, if you at least put some pressure on him, at least Mitchell Robinson doesn't have to guard two guys. He's just guarding his guy in the rim. You know what I'm saying? So
I see your points when it comes to Deuce.
Yeah, because that's what I'm saying. To me, when you say Kemba's the best guard used the right way, you just throw Deuce out there. You ain't got to worry about how you just throw him out there. And I want him to be thrown in the fire. I think he's ready for that. And so if we could get that now, like I said, and that's why I'm saying, Chris, like this. If we did not have Derrick Rose, Kemba Walker would be Derrick Rose for us. That's the way I'm saying.
Okay.
If we didn't have Derrick Rose, Kemba Walker would be on Mobb Deep, would be Derrick Rose for us. Or if we didn't have Emmanuel Quickly, Kemba Walker would be in that position.
It's more about
we
fit.
do have them. But we do have them.
It's
That's
more
the
about
problem.
fit.
We got them. Yeah.
And I said this again. I said this in the program before. Listen, it's not that Kemba Walker is a bad player. I feel like he can still play in this NBA and has roles in this NBA.
Yeah.
But it's just that the way our team is set up and the guards that we have right now, there's like certain conflicts. We have our center who hasn't been played defense for long periods of time because he's been injured or out of shape. Julius Randle has regressed defensively. Evan Fournier is not a good defender. When you add Kemba Walker in there, it's either you have to play offense or we're screwed. Like today, the game was slipping until Mitchell Robinson came back in the game.
Yeah,
right.
Like Mitch saved us. Mitch saved us today.
Man, he came in there and did work, man.
But to piggyback your point that you just made, LJ, which is great, a regression by some players makes the defensive lacking by Fournier and Kemba stick out even more.
Yeah.
See, when the Knicks grab these guys, they're hoping these guys continue what they did last season or even get better. But to regress now makes everybody look even weaker.
Right. Which is why I said towards the beginning of the season, we have to separate Evan and Kemba. I remember that was our conversation like a few weeks ago.
That's the problem. If you separate them, right, you got to make a choice now, because if you put Kemba in the second unit, either Derrick Rose or IQ's not getting the same minutes. Somebody's got to be sacrificed. And so
like I said, I when it comes to Randle, you need more high IQ players around Julius Randle. And to me, Fournier is a higher IQ player, and he needs to play around Randle and get the ball out of Randle's hands and encourage him to be that dude that's diving to the rim. He's unstoppable. He's a monster. Get that guy to the rim, give him the ball, one dribble, go. All of this pound stuff has got to be eliminated. That's his Achilles heel.
And you know what, though? Have you noticed, though, it seems like he does more of that when he doesn't trust the point guard.
Right, he definitely does. He definitely
does. I think he does that because he wants to be that point forward.
Yeah.
I think he wants to be that point forward versus not trusting the point guard. He enjoyed the role he played last year, and he wants to continue that. But he has to realize teams are attacking his handle every time he pounds the ball. They are attacking him deliberately.
And making him look really bad.
Facts.
He's looking terrible out there with that. Terrible.
Yeah.
I agree. Can't keep repeating those same things.
Yes, and salutes.
What I want is I would love to see Obi run with the starters for a little bit and see the difference. And then you see him with Kemba, I think it'll be the up-tempo, because Obi makes it go. He brings the speed. He brings all of that.
Well, who are you sitting? Who are you putting on the bench?
He's saying sit. He's saying sit Randle.
I'm just saying I wish.
He's saying sit Randle. That's what he's saying.
Oh, he's saying sit Randle.
Anybody. But I would love to. I want Obi to start, man. I mean, I think Obi just brings so much. I want him to be a starter, man.
To me, I would like to see Obi and Randle start together and put RJ at the 2. And then give me Deuce out there with them. Oh my gosh, man! I think we'd be rolling, man. It's
this thing to experiment. salute, Chris. You know we got a couple of callers left.
Hey, fellas, thank you, fellas. Appreciate
Chris,
your time.
good. Nice to meet you electronically.
All right, fellas. Take it easy. Good night.
All right, man. Salute, man. But yeah, this Kemba Walker stuff, like man, it's just defensively, it's rough because he's like he said, I like Evan. Take the ball out of Evan's Julius' hands and have Evan run around. Cool, you like Evan, but then I still feel like it's either Evan or Kemba to me.
Yeah,
it's either Evan or Kemba because I don't think you can have both of those guys defensively.
You can't have them out there. You're right. You need 4 defenders and one of them.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So and because Evan costs more money.
Right. Yeah, exactly. That's great. Evan is $54 million. Kemba's 18.
Right.
So to me, you got, and not only that, I think I was listening to Ian today. He made a good point. He said it's more likely they take Kemba back out the lineup than Fournier because Fournier's deal is 3 years. It's easier to move it when it's only 2 year or 1 year if you need to move him.
Yeah,
it's
we knew
not
that.
Easy to move right now. Yeah, so
we knew that. We've been saying that for
Kemba
weeks.
I think Kemba's going to be the odd man out again. They're going to trade him, and I think he's developing. He should develop a market. Somebody should need him, man. There's some playoff team that's going to want him.
Yeah, he's still good. He's still a good player.
Yeah.
He needs a different role. And salute to the chat, man. Shout out to Adam and everybody else who's rocking with the KOT show. Next caller up, Jason from the Lower East Side. Let us know, man, what you want to talk about.
What's up, fellas? How's it going?
What's going on, Jason?
Good. What's up, Raw? What's up, Jay Ellis? I got 2 things. I kind of agree with Raw, and I guess both of you guys. I agree with you guys on your overall take on who Kemba is, but I completely disagree with Raw on what I think Tibbs is actually going to do. So let's start with the Kemba stuff. The Kemba overratedness is crazy right now because Kemba he's a terrible defensive player right now. Like, I don't think people realize that Courtney Joseph and Saban Lee went off on him today.
Yeah,
they did.
I don't know what's going to happen when we play the Wizards because I think if Spencer Dinwiddie and Beal, where are you hiding Kemba?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So what are you disagreeing? Because I said the same thing.
He's disagreeing.
I said I agree with you guys on what you guys think of Kemba. Okay. What I'm saying, I disagree that I don't think that he's going to start Deuce McBride. I think Deuce McBride needed a better run of games to really get in Tibbs' graces. He didn't get it because of COVID. I don't think Tibbs is going to start a rookie. I think he might if he would have got like a real good run of games.
Yeah.
I don't know what Tibbs. I actually think, crazy enough, I think Kemba's definitely going to play next game because none of the guards are going to be back. Maybe Burrows.
Right.
I think if Kemba plays okay next game, I think they might give him the starting spot back until they trade him. Because the best way to trade him is if he's a starter.
Yeah, I can see that. If they can develop a market for his value there, yeah, I can see that happening. Because
I think that
Deuce and them not going to be back till next week.
Yeah, and what sucks about that is if that happens, I think Deuce and Grimes might be out of the rotation again.
Well, I don't think when is Grimes is not due back until probably against Atlanta at the earliest.
It depends on what we get for him.
They're not coming back till next week. I don't think they're coming back till next week. So we'll see what happens. I mean, they could trade Kemba by next week. Yeah.
So you never know. But the other thing I'll say is this: you said that you think their plan was always to put McBride in. I disagree.
Eventually.
If that's the case, but if that was the case, I don't think their plan is to start McBride at any point this year. I think that the fact that they're even thinking about it is because of how bad the other guys have been.
No. I mean, when I say eventually, I mean like maybe next year or the year after. I think eventually it was going to be his team. Eventually he's going to be the starting point guard. Eventually your backcourt's going to be Grimes and Deuce. I don't know if I didn't know if it was going to be. I didn't think it was going to be this year myself, but I knew that he was going to get an opportunity because it's 82 games, and none of these guys play 82 games. So he was going to get a chance to show himself. What he did is he showed himself extremely well, so much so that you had you had Randall and everybody just deferring to him, letting him, okay, you handle this offense because they had that confidence in him. And then he's been playing, he's been killing the G League. So to me, that changed everything. He's too good to be putting back in the G League right now, I think. So if Tibbs not going to, and I agree with you, looking at Tibbs' history, he probably wouldn't start McBride. But like I said, I believe there's a first time for everything. And I'm thinking If he's gonna make this the first time, this would be a good time to do it.
See the thing, man. There's two things that Tibbs values. One is defense, and the other one is veterans, and both of them are clashing each other right now. So one side is gonna have to win.
Right about that.
Yeah. So
he is after the trade deadline again, depending on if they move Kemba and stuff. Then maybe they can make him the starter. But what I was gonna say is the reason why I disagree with you that the plan was to start him is that when what's his name, when RJ went out and they played against the Bucks. And they played Grimes. He went to a 9-man rotation, and he chose not to bring in.
I agree with you, Jason.
So
that's right. That was only a week ago. That's right.
They would have brought him in that game.
No, you're right. You're right.
I agree with you,
You're right.
Jason.
I agree with you. Like I said, I knew, but eventually, even if it was that game, even if it wasn't COVID, eventually he was going to get a shot. It's just too long of a season, and so what he does with that shot was going to be the thing. Not no 1 minute, like 30 minutes, like he got the other night. So if he did that, I think Tibbs is showing Tibbs he could trust him, and he could win with him. And so if that's the case,
he's won in 1 game or 2 games. That's my thing. That's why I'm so mad that he's out.
Yeah.
Like today, he would have had a great game again today.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I agree
no, you're
with
right.
you.
You're
I
right.
agree
But let's
with
see.
you, man.
It's going to be interesting, man. We don't know. I don't think he's going to start Kemba, but I just want to see. He might start Emmanuel quickly. I don't think he's going to start D Rose either, because I think he sees that he's wearing D Rose out already. So I think he might start Emmanuel quickly. But we'll see.
He might go back to Burks. We just don't know, man. He might go back to Burks, man.
He might go back to Burks.
He might just go back to Burks.
I don't think he can do that anymore, man.
Yeah,
I'm just letting you know. I'm not like it either, but I'm.
I hear you. But man, that's a tough one. Just he struggled lately on the ball when he's a guard.
Yeah, he's definitely better on the second unit for sure, yo.
You guys know who just got signed, right?
Yeah, Tank Commander.
Yeah, so
the Tank Commander got signed.
Yeah, man. Yo, but salute.
To the King?
Next game, right?
Facts. Yo, salute to you, Jason. We got another caller coming in. Thank you for calling for sure. Don't be a stranger, and definitely can call in the next show. Is he still there?
I think he left.
Okay, he just. All right, cool. First was just like, cut it. All right, cool. But yeah, yo, shout out to Jason, man. It's gonna be rough, man. Like I kind of agree with him, Jay. I kind of agree with him. Like it's gonna be hard for McBride to get in. It's gonna be.
I don't know. We're going to see because I don't know.
Even though I agree with you. Even though I agree with you.
I don't know. I really, honestly, I don't know. I can see him starting, but I don't know. I don't know. I can see him starting. I can see him in the rotation. I don't know. I don't think. I really don't. I don't think he's going to be. I don't think he's going to go back to Burks though as the starting point guard.
He likes that. We'll see. We'll see.
He likes Burks.
He likes the size. He likes the size.
He does. But, dang. Well, we'll see.
We'll see.
We're going to see. Like I said, whatever decision he makes, all New York is going to be going crazy.
Yeah, man.
Whatever decision he makes, all New York is going to be going crazy.
Facts. He's not going to, man. They're going to tear him up whatever decision he makes.
Yep.
if he starts, goes back to Kemba, it might be the popular decision around the NBA. I think he'll get the NBA vote. Like the players, Jamal Crawford and those guys.
I don't think he cares about that.
He doesn't.
He cares about winning. He wants to win. So, I mean, it's whoever he believes gives him the best chance to win. That's who he's going to go with.
I agree with you there. All right. Salute to everybody in the chat. If you like the show, please hit that like button, subscribe button, and share, man. Trying to grow this thing as big as bad as you want. Also, super chats are also welcome. It helps keep the lights on. It helps, pay for the phone lines and all this other stuff that's happening with the show. All right. So shout out to you guys and the people who support us to help us go to this point. Next caller up is my man, JT. What's going on, JT?
JT.
What up?
Yeah. I gotta do it.
Yeah, gotta do it every
Especially
time.
after a win, I gotta do it.
Every time, gotta do it. What up, my guy? What's good?
Exactly. Yeah, another day. It was a good W. Continue the conversation. What we think is going to happen. I don't know. I think Tom is in a bit of a situation because he's getting heat from the locker room in the sense of like Kemba is not really feeling it, and rumor has it that Kemba and Fournier as a 1-2 punch, they're boys. So they kind of have some, heat there. So Tom, of course, is not trying to, because I know that man probably got PTSD from Minnesota, so he doesn't want to lose the locker room again.
Right.
The franchise.
Right.
So
Yeah.
that's why he's trying to like figure it out, like what he's going to do.
That makes sense.
Well, I don't think
apparently-
he's gonna lose it. You know why? Because that's why you see him kissing Randall's butt so much.
Yeah,
Randall's got his back. So as long as Randall got his back, he's not gonna lose the locker room.
Oh, that's why you say he's letting Randall not play defense.
That's right. I'm saying he let Randall get away with a lot, man. And I think he knows
so
he keeps Randall and he keeps Emmanuel quickly and he keeps RJ. He's not losing the locker room.
He might divide the locker room though.
It might be divided.
The other guys are the biggest question marks. Like, whose side are they on? Because even seeing the way Mitch praised Kemba, and now you're kind of like, okay, how many people really rock with Kemba versus Randall? Because from the outside looking in, Randall looked like already he kind of got like, he's real temperamental, he's moody. Like, RJ got his back, but you're like, do RJ got his back because that's his guy, or does he have his back because they're like, hey, this guy's going to be here, so I'm going to be diplomatic and deal with him? So that's a real question. We will never know.
D-Rose got Deuce's back, though.
Exactly, but
he's like, I don't care. He's like, all I care about is Deuce.
Look, I want Deuce to start. I remember, I still got Crow I got to eat, because I remember like early in the season when I said I don't think a third string is going to jump up to a starter, and he did, even though COVID happened, but he did.
Right.
But I don't really know what they're going to do. Realistically, the smartest thing for them to do is to trade both Fournier and Kemba and reduce Burks' minutes and basically give the keys to the kids, McBride and Grimes, from now, because, like I said, it's not that it's going to catapult us to a second round or whatever, but these kids show that they're ready to fight. They're ready to play. We're going to get better with them. Let them make their mistakes. Let them develop finally in a smarter way. We see what they got, and you're going to force their hand. And it's like, because at the end of the day, like I've been saying, Randall is at least here, to my opinion. I could be wrong. But Randall's at least here for a minimum of 2 seasons.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Randall and Tibbs, they both are here for a minimum of 2 seasons. So I would much rather let this season. They've already failed at expectations. Unless they go on a 14-game winning streak, then everybody's gonna be going crazy all over again. You're gonna hear bing bong all over the place. But right, I don't see that happening. So this season, you might as well give the kids the keys. They learn, make the mistakes, whatever. Next season is like they figure it out. They figure out what playing with each other, pause, and that way they can be better next year and even the year after. So either A, they figured it out, or B, we realize, okay, we don't have enough time. Randall, ship him out, get him out of here, give the keys to Obi. That way the youth transition, because everybody, like I keep saying, everybody keeps crying out for these trades, but you trade Fournier and Kemba, who are you getting in return? Because they're going to get minutes. They're going to jump in front of these kids, unless you trade them for a really bad contract, a really bad expiring contract.
Mm-hmm.
That way okay, we're going to sacrifice this 1 year so they can play, which I don't know right now who even have one of those. So they play this 1 year, but next year they can. But like most of us fans, we're kind of frustrated when we know what the answers. We got the answers, Sway. They're right in front of us, and we can't take advantage of it. So that's just my logic on my philosophy on what we're gonna do, because it's a sticky situation. It's a worldwide mess.
Yeah,
it's gonna be very interesting.
Shout out
to
the
see,
Worldwide West. Everywhere we go, we
It
leave
is.
a worldwide mess.
I'm here, like I said, man. 82. Everybody who's crying and like I said, man, if you're feeling that way, go across the bridge. Go ahead, cheer for New Jersey. We don't want you
Please
here.
go over there.
Go over there, man.
Yeah, we don't want you here.
We'll give you the Uber
figuring
money.
out we here. Yeah, we not even, man. They could take the Metro North. They could
Okay,
take.
never mind.
I give them a flight. I'll give them a swipe. But it's just unfortunate because, truth be told, the real thing is politics, and a messed up extension is what got us in this really tight jam. Because again, everyone's tight right now. But if you asked everybody last year, no one would think this would happen. Everybody want to sound like, oh yeah, we knew Randall was. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. Because even though Randall had a bad playoff season, the first 5 games he was showing out. He looked good.
Mm-hmm.
So we thought, okay, he figured it out, so on and so forth. We didn't expect him to progress like this, but unfortunately he did. So all we could do is just, like I said before, have him play with the youngest. Hopefully he figured out to the point where it's like he figures out where he got some consistency and we could trade him for something good, or we just let him walk, or so, whatever. I don't know, but it is what it is. Good W. Make sure y'all hit that like button, subscribe. I'm tired. Like, why is it so hard for people just to like the button? Just press the like. Just press like.
You heard the man.
It's easy, right? It's easy, right?
It's easy. It takes 2 seconds.
Thanks,
It takes 2 seconds. But salute to the chat. Salute to y'all. Appreciate y'all for taking my call. As always, we here, all 82. I'm out. Peace.
All right, salute to my guy. Salute to my guy, JT. All right. Next caller up, we got Emil from Australia. Okay.
All the way from Australia?
All the way from Australia. International. What's going on, Emil?
Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Oh,
yes,
yeah.
Sir.
Yeah, cool. Now, it's my first time calling in. I'm sure you know that already.
Yeah,
but,
definitely know that. Salute to you, first time caller, all right?
Wow.
yeah, man, using those international minutes, bro. It's all good.
Dedication.
So it was a pretty good win today, but I'm not going to be too excited until we beat like a legit team.
Facts.
Because I feel like we'll go on a run as soon as we beat like a legitimate team. I thought we could have beat the Celtics, but it just didn't work out. But there was a lot of like good things to see, especially in the Celtics game and this game. Like seeing the ball in the guards' hands, the offense flowed a lot better, for sure. Even like Evan Fournier's engagement, when he has the ball in his hand, his engagement level is like completely different.
Yeah.
He plays a lot better. And then I feel like he's probably in the Magic. I didn't really watch the Magic much, but I think he was probably playing like with the ball in his hand a lot more. Because when you see, he just looks a lot more comfortable. Like he looks a lot more comfortable. And another thing I'd say, I feel like Julius should play more as the role guy, the role man. Like as in,
I agree.
It's a Kemba and like Julius pick and roll. Or how could you guard it? Like the versatility of that is like really good. Like not even just Kemba, like even Evan Julius pick and roll. Like it's very hard to guard, and I don't understand why they don't do it more often.
I agree. Definitely.
I feel like, yeah. But yeah, it's things to look at moving forward. Mitch was a beast today as well. Yeah, he destroyed them on the boards. But yeah, man, all in all, it's a good win, and hopefully we can beat someone like legitimate soon.
All good points, man. This team has been a lot better with Kemba. With just anybody taking the ball out of Julius' hands for long stretches of time, it's a win for us. And
if it wasn't for this COVID, this would be a good stretch for them to get right, you know?
Yeah, right,
Yeah.
exactly. So all good points. Kemba pick and roll, Evan pick and roll, all those guys. Anything that takes the ball out of Julius' hands, we want all of it. And it's funny because Julius had like I think 5 turnovers today. He had six turnovers today. I saw him. He did not touch the ball. This is the least amount I've actually even seen him run the offense today, and he still found a way to get 6 turnovers. I'm like, that is talent right there. But we need to keep the ball away from him at high usage situations.
But he did that against
times.
Houston also. He did not handle the ball a lot against Houston as well.
Right. It's just like I don't get it.
He only had 3 turnovers in that one. This time he seemed to be wanting to be more aggressive with the basketball, be that point forward, and he was just looking really bad. Detroit was snatching it from him, man.
Yeah, and got into turnovers and easy baskets for us. So
yeah,
I agree with you, man. Hopefully we can carries over from today. Anything else you want to say, Emil?
Yeah. One more thing. I just don't get why they can't get more lobs for Mitch. Like Kemba did it so well today. I have no clue why they can't like see how many lobs that Mitch was like catching up today. The Kemba Mitch combo was on point today for sure.
Yeah.
It was definitely was.
Absolutely, man.
Even quickly and Mitch should be able to do it as well. Like I don't know, it's just weird.
No, I agree with you, man. I think that's one element of the offense that's been missing, and another reason to take the ball out of Julius Randle's hands. Like he doesn't really run that pick and roll with Mitch to fluidity. Like his things is, he has some synergy with Evan and some with Kemba with those dribble handoffs. But if we want to unlock Mitch more, we need guards who run pick and roll with Mitch well, and that's something that Kemba did well today.
Agree. Yep.
Yeah, for sure. Well, thanks for taking my call, guys.
Absolutely,
man.
man.
Thanks for calling all the way from Australia, bro.
Yeah, using those overtime, using those international minutes. Shout out to you. Gunshots to you, man. Hopefully you like the show and subscribe and comment and all that other stuff. Really appreciate you calling in.
Yeah, of course, man.
Absolutely. International.
Keep going international up in this.
Yeah, international KOT. And shout out to JT. Gunshots on my guy. Says a $9.99 super chat. Says, we here all 82. We need to build today progression. Let's hope we can finally get out of this worldwide mess. Salute.
Shout out the worldwide west. Everywhere we go, we leave a worldwide mess.
It's a mess out here. Oh, here we go. Super chat's coming in. Another $4.99 super chat. This is Tibbs. Tis the season to be jolly. Fa la 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 la. Deuce McBride. Loving the remix. Deuce D Nice. You're an artist. You're a lyricist. Don't let anybody ever tell you any different. All right. Shout out to you. Talent. Talent if I ever seen some. All right.
Talent.
Oh man. And next, wait, Fritz, you said you want to get in here? You said you want to get in here, Fritz? We'll close the show out with Fritz before we.
Okay.
Hey, what's up?
That's a good one.
What's going on, Fritz?
Hey, what's going on? Yeah, I just wanted to the NBA has been doing a little bit of rule changes because of COVID. And it actually benefits us with Jericho Sims. Because Jericho Sims is a two-way contract.
Right.
Usually you had to be kind of judicious with how many days he could be with the team.
Mm-hmm.
Like you had to split the team between the G League. So for the rest of the year, he has no limit to how long he could stay with the big team.
Okay.
So now he can stay with the Knicks all year, and they don't need to sign him as a full-time player.
That's right. I did read that today. If
he's going to be in the G League, it's just for run. He's going to be with the big boy club pretty much all season now. So he's going to get to learn. So that's good for us.
That's great news for us.
I wouldn't when Mitch gets in shape, I would not mind him and Jericho splitting those 5 minutes really, because Nerlens, I don't know, he's just not the same this year.
He has moments. He has moments. Like he has team. I don't know. He likes playing the Bucks, but
yeah, right.
He likes playing the Bucks. Right. Everybody else, not so much. I don't know. But
he's not as impactful.
Yeah. Also, they made some. I think they're gonna make some rule changes with the COVID. Because before protocol was 10 days. You had to be out 10 days, and in 10 days you can come back. But now they may change it so that if you have your shots and you have your boosters, just a certain amount of tests, clear tests, and you just come back.
Oh, okay.
So I don't think it's final yet, but that's I think what they're going to be rolling out. So
interesting.
So you don't have to take the whole 10 days. If you have your shots and you have a booster, you're clear and you got a couple of good tests, you can just come right back.
Okay, so it's more test oriented than interesting. Okay.
Yeah. Instead of just 10 straight days, you could be out 5 days, or you could be out 6 days instead.
That would be better.
So,
that makes sense. I mean, that actually makes sense. If you produce a couple of negative tests in a row, you can come back. I agree with that one. I agree with that.
Yeah,
one.
man.
Yeah. So
it's affecting a lot of
teams. The NBA looks like this is a long haul thing. So.
Right.
Yeah.
So you got to make adjustments. All right. Good information, man. Definitely good information, man. Thanks for calling in and giving us some of that
no problem.
NBA news.
NBA news. Big NBA news.
Mm-hmm. Shout out to Fritz, the best mod in the game. All right.
Absolutely.
All right. Yeah. Yep. That is our show, man. This is a good time to end. The Knicks beat the Pistons. Next game up, we have the Wizards, who started off at the top. Now they have fallen a little bit from grace. They're 16-15. And It's one of those teams.
That far, J. Ellis?
Yeah.
Oh,
Seven.
shoot.
It's tight. It's tight out here,
I
man.
haven't been following them. I haven't been really. I've been looking at the Knicks because I haven't been looking at the standings because I just wanted to get us together. But I didn't know they felt like that. 16 and 15.
Yeah, they're better at home. They're 8-4 at home.
They 3-7 in their last 10.
Yeah, 3-7 in their
Just
last
like us.
10. Yep.
Okay.
And they're on a they're 1-game winning streak. So, this team could be had. I mean, the last we played them was the preseason, and it was we won that game. It was an interesting game though. But we don't have our horses. But so hopefully, I thought the earliest we might be able to get our guys back might be Thursday. I still feel like there's certain guys in protocol who might be back Thursday.
I think Obi and RJ might be back.
Right. I think Obi and RJ might be back Thursday.
But they're missing Caldwell Pope. He just went to Health and Safety protocols today.
Okay. And they're missing Caldwell Pope. All right, cool.
He's a Nick killer from a long time.
What time is that game? 7:30? Is that the right time?
What time is that?
Because the Wizards be having those early games. Be catching me off guard sometimes.
Oh, that's right. And I can't even watch it on League Pass because I'm in D.C. I got to watch it on their stupid channel. I hate that channel. I hate that channel. Big channel.
I understand.
Let me see here. Let me see.
Because I wrote down 7:30, but sometimes I mess up the
7:30.
It's 7:30. Okay, is that at home? Is that a home game? I guess
it's in the Garden.
Okay, cool. All right, so next show will be Thursday versus the Wizards. Hopefully we get that win. Hopefully we get RJ and OP back and get some of this bench back. And maybe we saw Dotson today. Free Dot. God damn it, free. He got a little like 5 minutes of cardio, ran around, didn't take a shot.
For real. It's good to see Dot in that familiar number 21, baby.
Yeah, man. It was just nice to see Dotson again.
I thought it was poetic justice. Now that we're getting better, we get Dot back.
Exactly. Hold on a second. Don't end that show yet. $10 super chat says, how much blame do you give Tibbs for the failure to make the starting lineup work? I feel like it could have worked with a different offensive scheme, and maybe we would have had a different record. Who knows? But, Emil, I believe you are partially correct. I feel like there's things that would have worked, there's things that didn't work. One of the things I felt like we failed to do was to bend to the offense and have Kemba run more of the offense from the beginning instead of going through Randall. So I do feel like that you blame that on Tibbs. However, defensively, I feel like there's a cap on that starting five with Evan Fournier and Kemba starting together. Also, that combined with Mitchell Robinson and Nerlens Wells having in and out games and our defense falling, I think that contributed to defense as well. So I feel like we're doing defensively from the start, and I feel like offensively we could have done better from the coaching standpoint. Yeah. Anything to add to that?
I agree with you, but I'm giving Tibbs a big pass here because he did not want Kemba. So
you said I don't care.
As I'm saying, like if you give a coach all the tools, like back in the day when we had Mike D'Antoni coaching, he had Felton, right, and then they traded Felton, and then he didn't have nobody, and then he had Duhan for a seat. They never gave him the full tools for his particular style of coaching. He needed a point guard. So with Tibbs, he wanted a defense, point of attack, point guard. They give him Kemba, and he did not want Kemba. I'm giving him a pass. Because that's not somebody he wanted.
It's funny, too. And shout out to Big Reaper, who gives you the $10 super chat. Oh, y'all loving us today. It says free Dot. Go NYK, yes. Shout out to my guy, Big Reaper, big supporter of the show. It's funny, too. Even with the rumors with Duke from the Kings.
Fox.
Yeah, De'Aaron Fox. I personally love De'Aaron Fox. But in the back of my mind, I feel like there might be a similar issue.
Well, the problem with De'Aaron Fox, see, everybody likes what it looks on the other side of the grass, man, until they get it. De'Aaron Fox shoots 25% from three.
Right.
25%. And that's his career number, and that's where he's at now. So unless he's getting to the basket, they're gonna back, and as fast as he is, they're gonna back off of him, and they're gonna let him shoot threes.
Right. So
and that's why, and I'm thinking the Kings are actually the only reason we talk about that trade. Anybody is because Halliburton shoots like 45% from three.
Yeah, he's
And the team just plays better with him.
Yeah, the thing with the pro, you know, Tom likes the point of attack guys. The guys who get the paint touches, he's definitely gonna do that. The con, he does not like defensive liabilities. He's not a defensive guy. On the other side of the ball, when it comes to the 3-point shooting, though, he did have a season where he shot. I think did he shoot like 39% one season or 37%?
Fox? Let me take a look at that. Fox did?
Yeah.
I'd be surprised at that.
He had one good. I think he had one good shooting season from 3.
If you got me there, because I know he's not a good 3-point shooter. He's a big time athlete. Obviously, he's fast as a cheetah.
Right.
But you know, he just doesn't shoot the ball well. Let me see here. Let's see. I see his career number. He's a 32% 3-point shooter. This year he's 26. So he must have had a good year somewhere.
37%. There we go. He had a year. The second season he shot 37%.
Okay.
Then it dropped to 29. Ouch. Then to 32.
Yeah,
so,
26.
Yeah.
I see that. 37. Yeah, he's got 37. Yeah, 232 attempts. So that's not bad. But I don't know. I think if you put him under the lights of Madison Square Garden, people are going to be calling for him to be traded in a year. And that's what I'm saying. It's so frustrating when people be calling for these trades because they look better until you can. In New York, everybody microanalyzes everybody on the team. So you microanalyze this guy, they're going to be yelling because he can't hit a 3 and he's a liability and blah, 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 blah. It's going to be all of that.
Right. Nah, I feel you. I agree with you all. D-Nice, J. Ellis, do we have an ooh pick? Do we have an ooh pick? You know what?
Didn't you have? I thought. Oh wait, that was bruh.
That was a bruh pick. That was a bruh pick.
Oh, that's bruh pick, right? That's right.
Okay. Well, you know, we can find an ooh pick real quick.
Oh, we can definitely. I know you can do it, J. Ellis.
You can find one real quick. Hold on, let me roll up on Twitter real quick if you can find a nice little ooh pick. Oh, there was a couple. Okay, there was a couple of nice lobs to Mitch. Dude, ooh.
Oh yeah.
There was a couple of nice miles to Mitch to pick from.
I love when Mitch flushes it. He flushes it with a force, man.
Right. I know one. Okay. Okay, I got one. I think my favorite pass for the day was. Here we go. Let me find it real quick for y'all. Since D-Nice is like, J. Ellis, give us the ooh. Can I find it? Because Kemba had some nice passes. I did like the block. There was
the 3-point line block?
The 3-point line block?
Yeah, the 3-point line block was definitely ooh.
That's definitely a ooh. That was definitely an ooh that I loved. But then where is There it is. All right, I'm gonna set it up for you. This is my ooh pick for the day. Is the Kemba alley oop
to
Mitchell Robinson. Then this is kind of reminiscent of the old Kemba when he had like the shifty Charlie Kemba. He puts my man on skates.
Yeah, he put somebody in the limit.
Shifts, throws a lob up to Mitch for the dunk. Yep. That's my ooh. That's my ooh for the day.
That was nice.
That's my ooh for the day. There you go, D-Nice. Ooh pick for the day. The shake 'em, bake 'em crossover from Kemba Walker and the lob to Mitch Robinson. All right? All right, man. That is our show. Good show, guys. Good show, Raw.
Nice show.
Yeah.
Nice show, brother.
Yeah, man. Raw. Let them know where they can find you, sir.
Raw Hebrew Remnant on YouTube and Raw Hebrew Remnant on Twitter.
All right. Go support that, man. He also got the Patreon, too. So you can look.
Yep, Patreon. Raw Hebrew Remnant repping Knicks.
Repping Knicks. All right. And you can find us on the KOT Show on Twitter. You can find us on the Nick of Time Show on Instagram. Definitely follow us on Instagram. Trying to get to that big 10K. We trying to get to that big 10K. I think we starting to chip away slowly. I think we might be like 80 away or 90 away.
Oh, is that right? You that close?
Yeah, 90 away to 10K followers on Instagram. So please Follow us, like and subscribe, and follow us on Instagram so we get that 10K. So we can promote on Instagram and do a little swipe up jammy and have even more people rocking with us in the chat. All right, so definitely do that. And yeah, also, you know, if you get the KOT snapbacks, those are always on in season. You get the KOT snapbacks in blue, orange, and black and white. This is season 2. Jolly, get those KOT snapbacks for these holidays. All right, just go to nickoftimeshow.com and click on catalog, get your KOT snapbacks. All right, that is our show. Yeah, and like I always say, as always,
Shout out the World Wide West. Everywhere we go, we leave a worldwide mess.
it's a mess out here. All right, that is our show. We are out of here. Peace.
Be safe.